Hey, everybody. So, being home for the holidays, to me, it means these holiday traditions that you have. You know what I mean? Like, you go home and you do these things with your family, and sometimes they're weird or boring, but you did it like 1 year and you liked it, so you started to do it again and again, and that becomes a holiday tradition, and that's what I look forward to. I grew up in the Midwest in a small town called Farmington Hills in Michigan, and give it up for Farmington Hills. And I am 39 now, and I've spent every Christmas morning in Farmington Hills just through really luck and chance. And I have these holiday traditions that I do with my family. I'll tell you about 3 of them. The first one, on Christmas Eve, my brother and I, we go out, and instead of like having like a nice family dinner or whatever, we go get Chinese food on Christmas Eve. And we started this tradition in high school when we realized, for the first time I think, that our mother's cooking was terrible. I mean terrible. She would make this pork casserole on Christmas Eve, a traditional dish, I'm sure. And my last name is Murphy. She's an Irish mother. And it was like you took the pork and cooked it in the package, in the noodles. It was just awful. So we snuck out and got Chinese food. And the next year we did the same thing. The next year we did the same thing. We weren't very smart. We came up with the same excuse every year, and we got found out. Our Irish mother did what traditionally they could do, which is give us a terrible amount of guilt, but then also place an order for food for the next year. So that became our tradition, and we did that. And I'm married. I married a great woman from Toledo, and so when we've been going back to the Midwest for Christmas, it's great because we can sort of split Christmas and spend time with each other's families. So Christmas Day we spend time with her family, and we have been doing their traditions. And they have a couple. There's one, this is sort of boring, but they go to the movies on Christmas night. And I think it's probably because they're tired of talking to each other, but they go. And it's great. It's not so much the movie that's great, it's how they do it. In the morning, my father-in-law gets up and he buys like 10 tickets. They have a big family. Buys like 10 tickets for whatever like the biggest, craziest movie is. It'll be like Star Wars, right? That movie that's gonna sell out for like the 8 o'clock show. And then he lays it out in the morning, Christmas morning. He's like, okay, everybody, we gotta leave at like 7:30 to get to the movie theater to be 10 minutes early so that we can all sit together. There's like 10 of us. We're never gonna sit together, but it's fine. And so he tells us all day, like 7:30, we gotta go. 7:25, I park myself in the foyer of their house because my wife's younger sister will go to the bathroom just to like one quick get ready thing, and she will disappear into another dimension. You cannot find her. You cannot call her. You yell for her. She is not there for like 15 to 40 minutes. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I sit there and I watch my father-in-law, who is a reverend, just get madder and madder as this plan he's had for Christmas dinner, after Christmas dinner movie just starts to fall apart. And so I really enjoy that. Like it's terrible, but I enjoy that part. And then they do this other tradition. They do something called a pickle present. Do you guys know what that is? I don't know if any of you have done that. There's like it's a Christmas ornament that's a pickle, and you hide it on the Christmas tree somewhere, and whichever kid finds the pickle wins an extra present, right? And so it's sort of big competition amongst the family. But my wife wins it every year, and it's amazing. She's like Mindhunters or Sherlock Holmes. Like, she gets in the head of who's hiding the pickle and finds it, like, scientifically, and drives her siblings nuts. It's really amazing just to see like that once again, like that bubbling over frustration. And so those are traditions I've really been looking forward to. But this year's gonna be different. As you get older, right, traditions, sometimes they end and sometimes they change, and all of these have changed. My wife's younger sister, the one who disappears on Christmas Eve, she had a baby and moved to Denver, and my in-laws moved out there to be with their grandkid. So they sold their house, so we can't go there. And then we've still been going back to Detroit, though, because a couple years ago my dad passed away, and we wanted to be with my mom to take her out for Chinese food, because if we didn't, she might be by herself on Christmas Eve. We don't want to do that. But last December, my mom passed away from cancer. And so for Christmas, my brother and I packed up the house and we sold it. So now there's no houses in the Midwest for me to go to. And I've been looking towards this holiday season at these traditions and thinking, well, wait a minute, though. Chinese food. I got a Chinese restaurant on my block. And movies, I got movies down the street. And the pickle present, I got a Christmas tree in my living room. I bought a pickle ornament, and I hung it on that Christmas tree. And my wife hasn't found it yet. But she will. Thank you.